Our modern world is saturated with technology. Social media platforms have become our digital mirrors. We curate images and craft personas, reflecting what we want the world to see. But what happens when these reflections distort our view of ourselves? Digital narcissism explores how excessive self-focus online impacts our self-image and well-being. As we strive for likes and validation, we risk losing sight of who we truly are. The line between our online and offline selves blurs. We begin to question our authenticity, wondering where the curated performance ends and the real person begins. Imagine a world where every interaction is a performance. Profiles are meticulously curated, showcasing only the most flattering angles and experiences. This is the reality of social media for many. The pressure to present a perfect self is immense. This constant comparison can be detrimental to our self-esteem. We judge ourselves against unrealistic standards, leading to feelings of inadequacy. Social media, while connecting us globally, can also foster a sense of isolation. The curated perfection we see rarely reflects the messiness of real life. Existentialism grapples with the fundamental questions of human existence. At its core lies the belief that existence precedes essence. Jean-Paul Sartre emphasized the individual's freedom and responsibility in shaping their own identity. Our essence is something we cultivate through our lived experiences. In a world mediated by technology, how do we reconcile self-creation with the curated personas we project online? This interplay between our online and offline selves raises profound questions about authenticity and self-deception. The digital age has ushered in an era of unprecedented self-curation. Social media platforms have become virtual stages where individuals craft and present their desired images to the world. This act of online self-presentation is not inherently negative. However, the pursuit of online validation can easily slip into a relentless pursuit of an idealized self. We choose what to show and what to hide, creating a narrative that may not always align with our offline lives. In our quest to present the perfect self online, are we inadvertently masking our true identities? The pressure to conform to digital norms can further exacerbate this tension between authenticity and self-presentation. Sartre's concept of bad faith offers a compelling lens to examine digital self-presentation. Bad faith refers to a state of self-deception where individuals deny their own freedom and responsibility. In digital narcissism, bad faith manifests in our tendency to internalize idealized online images. We may start to believe our worth is tied to online popularity. This can lead to a dangerous cycle of seeking external validation, projecting an image that aligns with digital ideals. The digital realm can become a breeding ground for bad faith, tempting us to retreat into curated personas. Michel Foucault explored the relationship between power, knowledge, and social control. His concept of the Panopticon serves as a powerful metaphor for modern digital surveillance. Social media platforms, with their algorithms and data collection practices, have become contemporary panopticons. We are constantly aware that our online activities are being monitored and analyzed. This awareness influences our behavior, leading us to self-censor and curate our online personas. We internalize the gaze of the invisible observer, the algorithm. This creates a pervasive sense of surveillance, modifying our behavior out of the constant possibility of being watched. Social media quantifies our social interactions. Likes, shares, comments, and followers have become metrics by which we measure our online worth. The pursuit of these digital accolades can become an addictive cycle. Algorithms prioritize content that elicits emotional responses, often rewarding sensationalism and curated perfection. This creates a feedback loop, encouraging us to present exaggerated versions of ourselves. The digital realm becomes a marketplace where our online personas are commodities and likes, shares, and followers are the currency. We seek validation and attention, often at the expense of authenticity and genuine connection. Social media platforms exert a powerful force towards conformity. Algorithms, influencers, and communities shape our perceptions of what is desirable and acceptable. This pressure to conform can manifest in subtle ways. We may gravitate towards certain aesthetics, adopt popular opinions, or censor our thoughts for fear of judgment. The desire to fit in can override our individuality. Constant exposure to curated content can distort our perceptions of reality. This raises questions about the impact of social media on our individuality and critical thinking. The digital age has blurred the lines between self-expression and self-promotion. Social media platforms have evolved into marketplaces where individuals and brands vie for attention. This raises ethical questions about curating our online personas for personal gain. Is it unethical to present a polished version of ourselves online? The digital realm introduces new complexities, amplifying ethical dilemmas associated with self-promotion. When does self-promotion cross the line into manipulation? These are questions that individuals and society must grapple with as we navigate digital ethics. Social media platforms tout their ability to connect people, but digital narcissism can distort our relationships. The curated nature of online interactions can create a mirage of intimacy. We may accumulate online friends, yet feel lonely and disconnected offline. Constant comparison and competition can breed envy and resentment, eroding trust and mutual support. Emphasis on self-image and personal branding makes it challenging to be vulnerable and authentic. We may shy away from sharing struggles and imperfections, fearing damage to our online personas. This creates a barrier to true intimacy, leaving us feeling isolated and misunderstood. The digital age has had a profound impact on mental health. Studies show a correlation between excessive social media use and increased rates of anxiety, depression, and loneliness. Curated perfection on social media creates unrealistic expectations and fuels feelings of inadequacy. Constant comparison with others can lead to a distorted self-image and diminished self-worth. Fear of missing out and pressure to present a picture-perfect life contribute to anxiety. The digital world can become a funhouse mirror, distorting our perceptions. It is essential to approach our digital lives with mindfulness and intention, setting boundaries and prioritizing self-care. Tech architects have a responsibility to consider the impact of their products on users' well-being. Social media companies should be transparent about algorithms, promote digital literacy, and provide tools for healthy digital experiences. They must address issues like cyberbullying, online harassment, and misinformation. The digital world is a tool, and its impact depends on how it is designed, used, and regulated. By fostering ethical responsibility and prioritizing user well-being, tech architects can create a digital landscape that promotes authenticity and connection. This helps mitigate the negative effects of digital narcissism. Phenomenology examines the impact of digital technology on our self-perception. It explores how our online interactions shape our understanding of ourselves. Every like, comment, and share becomes part of our lived experience. The digital world becomes a stage where we perform different versions of ourselves. This interplay between online and offline selves raises questions about authenticity. Are we ever truly ourselves online, or are we always performing for an invisible audience? Section 2. Online masks and the mutability of self. The digital age allows us to experiment with different versions of ourselves. Online platforms let us adopt new personas and shed old ones easily. This fluidity can be empowering, helping us explore different facets of our personalities, but it also has downsides, making it hard to develop a stable sense of self. We may seek constant validation, leading to a sense of fragmentation. The challenge is balancing online identity exploration with a grounded, authentic self. Section 3. Reclaiming the narrative authenticity in the digital age. In a world saturated with curated online personas, the pursuit of authenticity can feel daunting. Genuine self-expression is crucial in this digital landscape. Reclaiming our narratives requires mindful engagement with technology. Recognize the power of digital platforms and how they shape our perceptions. Cultivate digital literacy skills and question online narratives. Be critical consumers of digital content. Prioritize quality over quantity in the content we create and consume. Engage with content that aligns with our values and interests. Authenticity is about using technology to support well-being and meaningful connections. Our digital selves are extensions of our offline selves. Section 1. Navigating the Digital Hall of Mirrors. We've journeyed through the philosophical labyrinth of digital narcissism and self-image. We've confronted the existential angst of curating our online identities, grappling with the fear of living inauthentic lives, chasing digital validation like modern-day Narcissus, gazing into a pool of pixels. The digital age, with its seductive allure of likes and followers, has amplified our innate human tendencies for self-promotion and comparison. We are bombarded with images of curated perfection, leaving us questioning our own worthiness and yearning for an unattainable ideal. The pressure to conform, to fit into the mold of digital perfection, can be suffocating. We edit our photos, craft witty captions, and present a carefully curated version of ourselves to the world, hoping for a fleeting moment of digital affirmation. But in this pursuit of external validation, we risk losing sight of our true selves, the messy, imperfect, and beautifully human beings that exist beyond the screen. Section 2. Reclaiming the true self in a digital age. So how do we navigate this digital hall of mirrors and emerge with our sense of self intact? How do we reconcile our online and offline selves, embracing authenticity in a world that often rewards artifice? The answer lies not in rejecting technology altogether, but in cultivating a mindful and intentional relationship with our digital lives. It begins with self-awareness, recognizing the ways in which social media platforms influence our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. We must question the narratives we encounter online, challenging the notion that our worth is tied to likes and followers. It's about setting boundaries, carving out spaces in our lives where we disconnect from the digital noise and reconnect with ourselves and the world around us. The true self, the one that exists beyond the curated online persona, is found not in the pursuit of digital validation, but in the messy, imperfect, and ultimately human experience of living. It's time to reclaim our narratives, to embrace our authentic selves, and to find joy and connection in the real world, one genuine interaction at a time.